Life changes that can transform everything. A simple guide: life, your personality, and your lifestyle, everything can change. There are steps that can help you achieve this transformation. Here are the essential steps to start. Step 1. Discover how things work. The first key to improving your life is understanding how things work. The critical element to changing your life is acquiring new ideas. There's almost nothing that an idea can't change. The fundamental problem, as I learned, isn't necessarily a lack of money or resources, it's the absence of a viable idea. I once told a mentor that I had no money, and he responded by saying that wasn't the issue. At the time, I thought money was the problem, but he clarified that the problem lay in not having an idea on how to create wealth. So once you have the right ideas, you can change anything. To acquire these ideas, you need to engage in a continuous process of learning. Constantly study and explore. When you discover something valuable, write it down in your journal. Don't clutter your mind with information that could be stored elsewhere. Keep a journal for these ideas. Repetition is key. Go over what you learn regularly. Eventually, after consistent practice, these ideas will begin to take root and manifest in your life, in your bank account, your wardrobe, your personality, and your lifestyle. Step 2, study and apply ideas. It's important to dedicate yourself to studying successful people and their approaches. If you want to succeed, study success. If you want to be wealthy, study wealth. If happiness is your goal, study happiness. Don't leave it to chance. Be intentional. Some people live their lives aimlessly, relying on luck. That won't bring about real change. You must study what can alter your economic, social, and personal life. Now, let me share a qualifying phrase that will apply throughout this discussion. You may not be able to implement everything you come across, and that's okay, but you should strive to learn as much as possible. Don't reach the end of your life and realize you only lived a small fraction of it, not due to a lack of opportunity, but because you didn't have enough information. Step 3, cultivate curiosity. The best human trait for learning is curiosity. This is something you should nurture. A great way to define it is childlike curiosity. Children ask endless questions, they are relentless in their pursuit of knowledge, and they won't stop until they get the answers they seek. This curiosity is a valuable trait. Be like a child in your approach to learning. In fact, the master teacher once advised that unless you can adopt the qualities of a child, you'll struggle to succeed. There are 4 key qualities to embrace from children: curiosity, excitement, faith, and trust. Curiosity, be relentlessly curious about how the world works. Excitement, get excited about your ability to make meaningful changes. Faith, have the faith of a child. Believe in the possibilities. Trust the process as children trust the world around them. How to change any aspect of your life now? Let me share 3 ways to find out how to change anything. Whether it's your life direction, career, or personal growth, read more. The most successful people I know are all avid readers. Curiosity drives them to read, and this constant reading enriches their understanding. The more you read, the more you'll learn. The knowledge contained in books can save you years of trial and error. Reading helps you learn not just from your own experiences, but also from others. By reading the stories of those who have achieved what you want to achieve, you can fast-track your journey. There are books on how to be stronger, more decisive, how to speak effectively, how to lead, and how to improve your personality. Yet many people don't read them. It's baffling, isn't it? There are hundreds of successful people who have written about their journeys and shared their wisdom. Yet people often ignore these resources. Why? Because they're busy, of course. The daily grind, work, dinner, family, and so on can make it feel like there's no time to read. But you must recognize that if you're working hard but not investing in your growth, you may end up falling short in the long run. To truly make a difference, you need more than sincerity and hard work. You must cultivate knowledge. You can't just rely on effort alone. You need to be a good reader, a student of life. Surround yourself with successful people and learn from them. Conclusion. In conclusion, changing your life starts with discovering how things work and gathering the right ideas. Study what works, make curiosity your guiding principle, and invest in learning, especially through reading. It's these small yet powerful habits that can transform your life and lead you to success. Learning from both negative and positive experiences, steps for personal growth unsuccessful people often take. Notes on both positive and negative experiences. On the negative side, these notes are categorized as what not to do. It's just as important to learn from mistakes as it is to learn from successes. Understanding what doesn't work is crucial for progress. For example, learn what poor people read and avoid those materials. Such information can provide valuable insight. On the other hand, there is much to be learned from successful individuals as well. Surround yourself with successful people. Listen to their words and observe how they communicate. It's important to practice listening, as it's often easier to talk than to listen attentively. By improving your listening skills during the 16 waking hours you have each day, you can gather valuable ideas. Great insights can come from surprising sources, and listening carefully can open doors to new perspectives. In sales training, we emphasize the importance of listening to children. Children are arguably the best salespeople. They know how to persist and overcome objections without formal training. When a child wants something, they'll keep asking questions until they get an answer, showing the power of persistence. You can apply this same persistence to your own growth. Here's a simple but powerful piece of advice. Poor people should take rich people out to dinner and simply listen. If someone isn't doing well, one of the first steps they should take is to invite someone successful to dinner. Spend money to buy their meal, keep the conversation going, and listen closely. By allowing a successful person to share their wisdom for a couple of hours, you could receive ideas that have the potential to change your life and significantly increase your income. However, poor people often don't take rich people out to dinner. The mindset is, let the rich person pay for their meal. This attitude holds people back. Being a hard worker or sincere is not enough. You need to be proactive and strategic. Don't just work hard, work smart by listening, absorbing information, and acting on it. Now, as you continue learning, it's crucial to remember what you read and hear. Put the valuable insights in your journal where you can revisit them later. Step 3, observe and learn from successful people. Another powerful way to change your life is through observation. Successful people often leave clues in the way they act, talk, and interact with others. If you're observant, you can pick up a lot of valuable lessons just by watching. Pay attention to how they shake hands, how they speak, and how they carry themselves. Success often comes from consistency. Successful individuals do certain things repeatedly, and by observing them closely, you can begin to adopt their habits. If someone is making $10,000 a month, for example, take note of how they walk or how they approach their day. These small details can offer clues to their success. Even if it seems trivial at first, adopting their habits could be the beginning of your own success. The key is to be a keen observer. Pay attention to everything around you. There are 2 ways to observe. One is sight, seeing with your eyes, and the other is insight, seeing with your mind. Sight helps you notice the world around you, but insight allows you to find the answers to your challenges. It's important to focus on both. A lack of concentration can be one of the greatest obstacles to success. Your mind must be focused and clear. Remember the advice: wherever you are, be there. Avoid distractions and stay fully engaged with what's happening around you. Don't miss anything. Step 4, take action. Now that you know how things work, the next step is to take action. Put your knowledge into practice. In business, we call this creating a game plan. Whether you're in sales, building a business, or aiming for financial independence, having a clear plan is essential. It's not enough to think about what you want to do. You must put it down on paper. I often ask people, what is your plan for the next 6 months? If they respond with a vague answer, I tell them, show me your game plan. A solid game plan allows you to visualize your progress and take strategic steps toward achieving your goals. You need to operate from a plan, not just from your mind. Step 5, implement massive action. The most powerful word associated with action is massive. If you want to make an impact, you need to take massive action. If you're making calls, make thousands of them. If you're networking, connect with thousands of people. If you're knocking on doors, knock on thousands. Massive action is a game changer. It can accelerate your progress in ways you never imagined. Don't adopt the mindset of, I'll try it for a month and see what happens. That's the language of the unsuccessful. Instead, commit to massive action and see the results unfold. Conclusion, apply the formula for success. If you're serious about personal growth, examine your current game plan. If it's not loaded with massive action, change it. The formula for success works if you commit to it, find out how things work, take action, and continuously observe and learn from those who have achieved success. When you combine knowledge, action, and observation, you set yourself on the path to a transformed life. The formula for success: action, ideas, and strategy. Success doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from taking massive action on a few good ideas. This is the formula for success. Pick up a good idea, take heavy action, and repeat. It's as simple as that. The key is not to wait until you've learned everything. If you wait until you know 2,000 or 3,000 things, you'll waste time and you could end up smart but still broke. It's far better to act on the knowledge you have rather than wait for the perfect plan. If you're smart and broke, that's truly unfortunate. Learning is important, but let it lead to action. Don't let your learning become just knowledge. Knowledge without action can lead to failure. Instead, take action, and that's how you will become wealthy. Not just financially, but in all aspects of life. Wealth isn't just money, it's also health, relationships, and happiness. While money is valuable, it's not the only form of wealth. Many people with a lot of money live poor lives in other ways. Fortune and fame can be illusions. What's important is building a life that truly enriches you in multiple dimensions. To get the wealth you want, whatever form that may take, you need a heavy action game plan. That's the key to success. Step 3, approach life with caution and strategy now for the third step in personal development. Throughout life, we often need reminders to be careful. The caution here is, don't try to beat the system. Instead, learn how the system works and work within it. Some people learn just enough to try cutting corners, seeking shortcuts, or cheap answers. This leads to a cheap life. Instead of looking for quick fixes, focus on learning how things work and doing them the right way, even if it takes a little longer. Don't compromise on doing things right. Always do them the best way possible. The proper way may seem slower, but it will pay off in the long run. Learn quickly and adapt. Another important point is to be a quick learner. Don't waste time learning slowly or repeating mistakes. Be agile in your learning. Some people keep running into the same obstacles over and over again without changing their approach. There's an old saying, learn quicker, and it's a reminder that we shouldn't stay stuck in old habits or fail to adapt. For example, if someone breaks their nose 7 times in the same place, they should probably stop going there. Learn quickly and avoid unnecessary repetition. Be open to change and avoid stubbornness. Don't be stubborn. Some people resist change even when a better way comes along. They say, I've been doing it this way for 30 years, but if you find a better method, be open to it. If it makes sense, go for it. Don't be so stuck in your ways that you miss out on improvement or growth. Here's a metaphor to illustrate. Imagine a man who goes to Las Vegas. He doesn't have much money, so he's afraid to gamble with cash. Instead, he comes up with a mental gambling game. He picks a number, mentally bets on it, and records whether he would have won or lost. He tracks this throughout the night, hoping to see how well he would have done with real money. While everyone else is using their hard-earned cash, he's just playing a mental game, tracking his hypothetical bets. In the end, he loses more than money. He loses his mind. The lesson here is simple. Don't try to beat the system. Understand it, work within it, and focus on making the right moves instead of trying to outsmart it. In trying to play a mental game, he lost his focus and ultimately his chance for success. So remember, take massive action on a good idea, avoid cutting corners, and be willing to adapt. Keep learning, keep observing, and always strive to act wisely and strategically. Success isn't about beating the system. It's about working with it and applying your knowledge in the right way. The formula for success: action, ideas, and strategy. Success doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from taking massive action on a few good ideas. This is the formula for success. Pick up a good idea, take heavy action, and repeat. It's as simple as that. The key is not to wait until you've learned everything. If you wait until you know 2,000 or 3,000 things, you'll waste time, and you could end up smart but still broke. It's far better to act on the knowledge you have rather than wait for the perfect plan. If you're smart and broke, that's truly unfortunate. Learning is important, but let it lead to action. Don't let your learning become just knowledge. Knowledge without action can lead to failure. Instead, take action, and that's how you will become wealthy, not just financially, but in all aspects of life. Wealth isn't just money, it's also health, relationships, and happiness. While money is valuable, it's not the only form of wealth. Many people with a lot of money live poor lives in other ways. Fortune and fame can be illusions. What's important is building a life that truly enriches you in multiple dimensions. To get the wealth you want, whatever form that may take, you need a heavy action game plan. That's the key to success. Step 3, approach life with caution and strategy. Now, for the third step in personal development, a little caution. Throughout life, we often need reminders to be careful. The caution here is, don't try to beat the system. Instead, learn how the system works and work within it. Some people learn just enough to try cutting corners, seeking shortcuts or cheap answers. This leads to a cheap life. Instead of looking for quick fixes, focus on learning how things work and doing them the right way, even if it takes a little longer. Don't compromise on doing things right. Always do them the best way possible. The proper way may seem slower, but it will pay off in the long run. Learn quickly and adapt. Another important point is to be a quick learner. Don't waste time learning slowly or repeating mistakes. Be agile in your learning. Some people keep running into the same obstacles over and over again without changing their approach. There's an old saying, learn quicker, and it's a reminder that we shouldn't stay stuck in old habits or fail to adapt. For example, if someone breaks their nose 7 times in the same place, they should probably stop going there. Learn quickly and avoid unnecessary repetition. Be open to change and avoid stubbornness. Don't be stubborn. Some people resist change even when a better way comes along. They say, I've been doing it this way for 30 years, but if you find a better method, be open to it. If it makes sense, go for it. Don't be so stuck in your ways that you miss out on improvement or growth. Here's a metaphor to illustrate. Imagine a man who goes to Las Vegas. He doesn't have much money, so he's afraid to gamble with cash. Instead, he comes up with a mental gambling game. He picks a number, mentally bets on it, and records whether he would have won or lost. He tracks this throughout the night, hoping to see how well he would have done with real money. While everyone else is using their hard-earned cash, he's just playing a mental game, tracking his hypothetical bets. In the end, he loses more than money. He loses his mind. The lesson here is simple. Don't try to beat the system. Understand it, work within it, and focus on making the right moves instead of trying to outsmart it. In trying to play a mental game, he lost his focus and ultimately his chance for success. Understanding your limits and pushing beyond, while it's important to work within the system, it's also critical to understand your own limitations. Know what you're capable of at any given moment, and don't push yourself beyond your physical or mental capacity. Overexertion can cause burnout and lead to mistakes. Success isn't just about doing more, it's about doing the right things consistently. Recognize when you need to rest and recharge to keep performing at your best. In life, growth happens in phases. Each phase requires you to test your limits, but also to understand when it's time to take a step back. Burnout can be a silent killer of progress. If you're constantly on the go, you're at risk of losing sight of what's important. The power of consistency. Consistency is one of the most important principles in achieving long-term success. Whether it's practicing a skill, developing a habit, or executing your business plan, the power of consistency cannot be overstated. People often think that success comes from doing extraordinary things, but in reality, it comes from doing ordinary things in an extraordinary way, consistently. To illustrate, think about the most successful athletes or musicians. Their excellence isn't born from a few isolated moments of greatness. It's the result of countless hours of practice and discipline. The same principle applies to any area of your life. The more consistent you are, the more progress you'll make. Mastering time management. One of the greatest obstacles to success is poor time management. Time is the most valuable resource we have, and how you use it determines your future. Successful people are masters at managing their time. They prioritize tasks, set goals, and avoid distractions. If you're serious about achieving your goals, take a hard look at how you're spending your time. Are you using it wisely, or are you wasting it on things that don't contribute to your success? Time management isn't about filling every moment with work. It's about making intentional choices. Schedule your day around your most important tasks and make sure you allocate time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Balance is key. Learning from failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone to success. In fact, some of the most successful people in the world have experienced numerous failures along the way. The key is to learn from them. Failure offers invaluable lessons. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks, use them as opportunities to adjust your approach and improve. Every time you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? The more you reflect on your failures and use them as learning experiences, the faster you'll grow. Remember, failure isn't permanent unless you allow it to be. The importance of self-belief. Self-belief is crucial when it comes to achieving success. If you don't believe in yourself, it's unlikely others will. Confidence in your abilities allows you to face challenges head-on, take risks, and pursue your goals relentlessly. Self-belief is not arrogance. It's the quiet assurance that you have what it takes to succeed even when the odds are against you. Building self-belief requires a positive mindset. Practice positive affirmations, visualize your success, and surround yourself with people who encourage and uplift you. Your belief in yourself is the foundation upon which your success will be built. Networking and building relationships. Your network is one of your greatest assets. Building meaningful relationships with the right people can open doors and create opportunities that would otherwise be unavailable. Successful people understand the importance of networking, not for personal gain, but to create mutually beneficial relationships. Don't just focus on what you can get from others, focus on how you can provide value to them. Relationships are a two-way street, and when you give, you often receive more than you expect. Your network can provide you with valuable advice, support, and even business opportunities, taking responsibility for your actions. One of the most empowering things you can do is take full responsibility for your actions. Don't blame others for your mistakes or failures. Instead, take ownership and learn from your experiences. When you accept responsibility, you empower yourself to make positive changes and move forward. Victim mentality holds you back and keeps you stuck. When you acknowledge that your choices have brought you to where you are, you can begin to take control of your future. Remember, success is a result of the choices you make every day. Maintaining a positive attitude, your attitude has the power to shape your reality. A positive attitude can attract opportunities, improve your relationships, and help you overcome obstacles. On the other hand, a negative attitude can close doors, create unnecessary stress, and limit your potential. Cultivate positivity by focusing on solutions instead of problems. Whenever you face a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? A positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. It means approaching them with a mindset of growth and possibility. Setting clear goals, specific goals, are the roadmap to success. Without a destination, it's easy to drift and lose focus. Setting goals gives you direction and purpose. Break your larger goals into smaller, achievable steps and take action daily toward accomplishing them. Having a vision is essential, but without clear, measurable goals, that vision will remain just a dream. Write down your goals, track your progress, and adjust your plans as needed. The clearer your goals, the more motivated and driven you will be to achieve them. Managing stress effectively is effectually, but how you manage it can determine your success. High levels of stress can hinder your decision-making, lower your productivity, and affect your health. Learning to manage stress is an important skill in maintaining balance and achieving your goals. Develop healthy coping mechanisms such as exercise, meditation, or deep breathing exercises. Take breaks when needed and make time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Managing stress effectively will help you stay focused and productive in the long run. Staying organized. Staying organized is crucial for success. An organized workspace and schedule reduce stress, increase productivity, and help you stay on top of your responsibilities. Create a system that works for you, whether it's using a digital planner or a physical calendar. Being organized allows you to prioritize tasks and ensure that you are using your time efficiently. It also helps you avoid procrastination and stay motivated to meet your goals. Embracing challenges. Success requires a willingness to embrace challenges. Challenges test your limits and push you to grow. Instead of avoiding difficult situations, face them head on. Each challenge you overcome makes you stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling future obstacles. See challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. The more challenges you embrace, the more prepared you will be for success. Creating a vision for the future. Having a clear vision for your future is vital. Without a vision, it's easy to feel lost or aimless. Take the time to visualize what you want your life to look like in 5, 10, or 20 years. Your vision should inspire and motivate you, giving you a reason to keep moving forward. Create a vision that aligns with your values, passions, and strengths. This will be your driving force, helping you navigate challenges and stay focused on your long-term goals. Living with integrity. Integrity is the foundation of lasting success. Living with integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. It builds trust, strengthens relationships, and ensures that your success is sustainable. Integrity is non-negotiable. Without it, success is hollow. Always be honest, keep your promises, and act with fairness. This will earn you respect and open doors to greater opportunities. Understanding the value of hard work. Hard work is essential to success. While talent and luck may play a role, it is consistent, focused effort that truly leads to achievement. Hard work isn't always glamorous, but it's the key to mastering your craft, improving your skills, and achieving your goals. Success is built on the foundation of hard work. It's about showing up every day, even when things get tough. Remember, success is not the result of one big break, but of many small, steady efforts compounded over time. Adapting to change is constant, and how you adapt to it determines your success. Embrace change rather than resist it. Change brings new opportunities, challenges, and ways to grow. By staying adaptable, you can turn any change into an advantage. When faced with change, assess the situation, adjust your strategy, and continue moving forward. Being flexible in the face of uncertainty will make you more resilient and open to new possibilities. In summary, action, strategy, and growth. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all formula. It requires a combination of factors: action, continuous learning, strategy, and adaptability. Focus on taking massive action on the ideas you have and constantly seek improvement. Build a solid foundation through consistency, perseverance, and the willingness to learn from both your successes and failures. Stay focused on your vision, keep pushing forward, and always be prepared for change. Success isn't about avoiding difficulties, it's about overcoming them. When you commit to these principles, success will follow.